Alright, so picture this. The year is 2017. 6ix9ine and Lil Pump were the hottest things in rap. Fortnite just hit the scene. You had every YouTuber dropping diss tracks on each other, and the whole vaporwave aesthetic was taking over the internet. And believe it or not, this was already 7 whole years ago. But aside from all this was a pretty interesting year for anime. My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan were airing their second seasons, Naruto aired its final episode, and One Piece started its Whole Cake Island arc. But on top of all this, Dragon Ball Super was airing its most anticipated and biggest arc, and that being the Tournament of Power. Now, if you were like me and watching Dragon Ball Super while it was still airing, you probably remember all the leaks and announcements that this arc was getting. The series hadn't had a proper tournament arc since the OG Dragon Ball. You also had characters like Android 17 coming back into the story and being a major part of it. And of course, this came right after the Goku Black arc, which at this point was Dragon Ball Super's biggest and best arc. So with it being followed up with a tournament arc about every universe fighting against one another, this obviously had a whole lot of fans hyped. And when the arc actually started and each episode of it would air, the community would come up with theories and predictions as to how the arc would go down, specifically when it came down to who in Universe 7 would get eliminated and which of the other universes would get the furthest. Now, my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super as a series overall are that it's alright. It has some high moments, but it also has some really low lows. And that's also how I feel about the Tournament of Power as a whole. There are some really great moments from this arc. There are also some poorly written and very questionable choices that the creators made. But putting the quality of this arc aside, watching this week to week was just pure hype. Every episode just felt like a huge event that the anime community would collectively sit down and watch. And it made this arc a real fun experience to watch for the first time. Now, I could continue talking about the Tournament of Power and Dragon Ball Super as a whole, but as you guys read by the title, today I'm talking about a very important moment in Dragon Ball history. 2 episodes that single-handedly in one night broke the internet. The date is October 8th, 2017, and on this day, Toei aired not 1, but 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, being episodes 109 and 110. Episode 109 starts off with Goku fighting against Ribrianne, who is probably one of, if not the most hated character in Dragon Ball at this point, and honestly, not much really happens in this fight. And it does take up a good chunk of the first half of the episode, but pretty much Ribrianne does a bunch of yapping and a bunch of other random BS, all for Goku to just one-tap her, but this causes her to land right in front of Jiren. And now this is where things finally start to get interesting. For a bit of context to those who haven't seen Dragon Ball Super yet, Jiren is the main antagonist of this arc, and he hadn't really done much in this arc thus far, so people were not only just excited to see how strong he was, but how he was going to be able to push Goku to his limits. Now, the first part of this fight is pretty good. It's basically Goku going through his transformations, trying to see which one is best to use against Jiren, until he finally goes to Super Saiyan Blue. For the most part, they seem pretty even strength-wise, though Goku is struggling just a little bit, but then Goku starts to charge up the iconic Spirit Bomb. Now, as Dragon Ball fans, y'all already know, even though the Spirit Bomb is a strong attack, that joint hardly ever works. And once it gets enough energy, Goku sends it off to Jiren, but this man Jiren literally pushes it back on his own and sends it right back to Goku. And nobody expected this, so everybody's just panicking. Goku tries to push it back, but it doesn't work out and gets hit with his own attack. And for a while, it seems like he actually got defeated. Everybody's looking around, but there's no trace of him left. And even the Zenos had considered to eliminate him. But I'm pretty positive everybody watching knew that this wasn't the end. And not too long after this, Goku reappears. But this time, with a whole new form. Ultra Instinct. I've kind of held back on talking about it for most of this video, and that's because I wanted to talk about it here. This transformation is the main reason why these 2 episodes were so huge, and this is what caused Dragon Ball to break the internet. You see, just like most episodes of Dragon Ball Super that aired at the time, there were already leaks for these episodes before they even aired, and news about these leaks spread quickly around the community. Even if you weren't in tune with the leaks, most people had already expected there to be a new transformation this arc. Even the opening of the arc hints towards this. It was really a matter of what the transformation was going to be, and now in these episodes it's finally been revealed to us. In a nutshell, this transformation pretty much lets Goku surpass his limits and giving him some godlike reflexes. For the rest of the episode, the fight's pretty equal, with Goku dodging most of Jiren's moves. However, by the end of the fight, Goku uses up all his power, causing him to back out of the fight, and the episode ends with Frieza aiming a death beam at Goku, resulting in Goku's demise.
It's like Namek all over again.
No, I'm just playing. He was just giving Goku his energy. But now that I've gone over what happens in these episodes, it's time to talk about the effects that they had outside of the show. So as these 2 episodes were airing that night, pretty much every streaming site that showed Dragon Ball Super just full on crashed. Crunchyroll, Funimation, Daisuke, yeah, they all got cooked. And if I can remember correctly, it took like a long ass time for them to even appear on those streaming services, just because of how big these episodes really were. Even the illegal sites were facing issues. And it wasn't just streaming services. Social media apps like Twitter were having issues. And on YouTube, any live streams or uploads of the episodes that were posted were immediately taken down. Yo, Toei was not playing that day. And this is really how the term breaking the internet got lumped in with the anime community, because up to this point, an anime crashing multiple different sites had been unheard of. I mean, you literally had the Naruto vs Sasuke fight the exact same year, and even that didn't have this effect. And even to this day, I don't think I've seen an anime have the same effect that these 2 episodes did. The only other anime that I've really seen come close was Attack on Titan when season 4 first premiered. It did crash a few streaming services, but even that got fixed in like less than an hour. I genuinely think that Dragon Ball is the only anime series that could have this effect to this degree. And the impact that these episodes had even after all this happened is still huge. I remember going back to school the weekend after all this stuff happened, and me and my friends were talking about it for like the rest of the week. Even some of my friends that weren't into Dragon Ball knew about this. It was really just that big of an event. Even till now in 2024, I occasionally still see memes using the Ultra Instinct OST. And that just goes to show how big the impact truly is, and how just 2 episodes of Dragon Ball broke the internet. Now, real quick before I finish the video, while I was editing this video, news got out that Akira Toriyama had actually passed away on the 1st of March. And I already made a community post about it, but the man was an absolute legend. Without him, anything in this video that I mentioned wouldn't even exist. The impact and legacy that this man has left on the world is absolutely huge. So once again, rest in peace to the GOAT. But with all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.